All right, what is going on, everybody? So today we've got the long-awaited full stats reveal. Now, all the time I get asked, how much do you weigh? How tall are you? Those are like the standard questions pretty much every live video. And I think people ask those sort of things just because they want to have a comparison. Like if someone's similar height to you, what body weight are they? If I see their physique, like what's comparable? What could I possibly get to? So I totally understand why people do all that. And I figured why not take it a step further and document all of this, not just for you, the viewer, but also for myself. So in a year, I can look back and see, okay, did anything change? If so, what did? And then I can look back at my programming and it'll give me a better metric to determine if what I'm doing is actually working. Now, there's a lot of variables with something like this. You know, are you holding water weight? What's your body weight for the day? Did you sleep well? What did you train most recently? You know, got a lot going on there. I'm just going to document all of it, and hopefully we'll get decently close, you know, to an accurate measurement. So we'll start with the calves and see what we got. Now, I haven't trained calves in a little bit, so well, in 2 days. I guess that's a little bit. Feels like a while. So we'll go right leg, flex, non-flex. I don't know what people really do with the calves. I would assume like slightly tensed is probably the way to go. Try and find the biggest point. So right about 16 and a half. Hopefully we're in frame there. I guess the calves might be the one where we're not in frame. Let me see. I'll tell you down a little more for the calves. So we'll do the right leg again. Again, like I said, slightly tensed up is what we're looking for. Right leg, slightly tensed up. We got about 16 and 7/8. Let's check the left leg. Left leg, typically I want to say, been a little bit smaller. Let's see what we got here. Trying to get the biggest point. It's about 16 and a half. 16 and a half. All right, so 16 and a half, and then we'll just call it 16 and 3/4. So 16, I got to write it all down. Sorry about my handwriting. I got left, right, and then center just for waist, neck, shoulders, chest, that sort of thing. Maybe I'll move this back a little more. There we go. That should be good. Fill you back up. Sorry about all the shifting there. All right, so quads. Fortunately, we got the squat pants on today, so probably subtract, I would say, a half an inch. I'm sure someone in the comments will say, that's not enough. It's not an accurate measurement. Look, just trying to do my best here. Slightly tensed. We're looking at probably with the quad, with the adjustment, probably 26 and a half. Again, you know, there could be a slightly bigger portion of my leg, I guess. Yeah, like so maybe right there. Again, just tensed up, 27. So if we take off half an inch, 26 and a half. And then left, actually, not that different. So I'm going to say 26 and a half on both there with the adjustment. So, you know, in a year's time, 26.5. Can't write today. I'm writing at an awkward angle. Same. Waist. Oh boy. Time to see what the bulk did. Let me get some more water here. See if we can push the waist numbers. Now, sorry we're not doing the shirtless reveal today. I know. It is what it is. Yeah, I keep checking to make sure that I'm in footage here. I think we're good. Sometimes I adjust the camera halfway through because I don't want to watch this video back afterwards and find out that you couldn't actually see any of what I'm doing. You know what, if I step back here, I bet that's probably better. All right, so waist, no vacuum, trying to just get like relaxed. And similar, we got some t-shirt material, so I'll probably subtract, I don't know, like half an inch, same. What are we at? So 35.5. But that's if we're not like, obviously I could suck in the stomach quite a bit, but we're not doing that. 35.75. So 35.75. We'd say probably 35 and is this where I should be measuring? I feel like I'm measuring a little too high up. I guess we should probably do right around this section. What are we at? What does that say? 35. Technical difficulties here. What are we at? Okay, so it looks like 34. If we take off half an inch, 34.75. If we're going kind of like right above the pants line. Now, I typically tell people, like, if you're trying to lean out, measure from the widest point. So that's why I was kind of going up to here. But if we're just measuring actual waist, like right here, that's why sometimes people gain weight and their waist size doesn't change, because you're like your stomach, that was me breathing out, but like your stomach typically will be above the waistline. So sometimes you could gain 5 or 6 pounds. You don't see any change here, but you do see change here. But for this, we're going to go with basically right here, pants line, I guess. So 34.5. Ooh, wrists. This is an interesting one. Somebody commented a while ago something about how they had gigantic wrists, and that's one of those. I mean, I think you probably can get your wrists bigger. That's probably more of a over time thing. Just like, old man strength, as it were. So let's go left side. Let's see what we got. Assuming it's going to be, all right, so right about 7.5 if I'm measuring past the bone here. That's left hand. Again, if I'm measuring past the bone, 7, almost exactly the same. If I measure up, like if I measure past that, it's 8 inches. So I don't know which is the appropriate one there. I'm gonna go with the smaller number, because I don't know which is the one people care about. Ooh, forearms. All right. Now this, by the way, because I got to work out after this, is obviously orange juice, but also coconut water for hydration. All right, left arm. Hope this is an interesting video for everyone, but if nothing else, it's going to give me some numbers to go off. So I'm not like tensing up, but I'm also like, if you don't tense up at all, your forearm gets kind of squishy. So 12.5 left, just going from, the biggest. Well, actually, if I go from the biggest possible spot, it's 12.75. So I'm going to go with that. Remember, you're only doing yourself an injustice if you fudge the numbers. Almost the same. 12.75. Cool. Let's see. 7.5. Ooh, biceps. Oh boy. Assuming right around 17, because my body weight's not significantly different from the last time I checked. And although obviously I have gotten stronger, biceps are always tough. Trying to
You really need somebody else to do it, because to get like the biggest point on the tricep and the biggest point on the bicep is, I'm just going to say right around 17, but like, yeah, we'll say right around 17. It's like falling loose a little bit here. And the problem is my tricep like puffs out, so there's a bigger section of my tricep. See, when I measure it right there, it's a little over 17. I can see some thumbs down from the viewers. That measurement wasn't accurate. Hey, a view is a view. Oh, there's a spam account that's somebody started. It's pretty funny, actually. It was like Pat Marcucci, fake natty. They took a bunch of pictures from my Instagram. Again, just like the non-natty comments, I took it as, I don't know, a form of flattery. Like, I've made some progress in the fitness community, I guess, if I have a hate account. That's correct. All right, hold on. Let me rotate it. Again, it's tough to get. All right, so again, it's moving around a little bit, trying to get you an accurate one here. Right about 17, trying to pull it tight. So that's similar to what, yeah, 17. Now you don't want to measure your arm just like floppy, because the problem, there we go. The problem is your arm will smush. So if you're just measuring it like relaxed, like somebody could crank the thing a little tighter, fudge the numbers, you're better off like tensing up as much as you can, have someone measure. Don't obviously do an arm workout that day. I mean, that's going to throw off the numbers. If you measure it on a day when you did an arm workout, then you have to measure it the next time again on a day when you did an arm workout. Too many other variables there. All right, so what was it? 17. I'm just going to call it 17 because it was slightly over, but 17. This is pretty good, actually, seeing like comparable numbers. Hang on, I'm going to snag some coffee here. Don't worry, the video's still going. One thing I will say, I've checked the day after doing a bicep workout, because people have said, oh, you'll have like damage the day after and potentially more inflammation. Again, I did like 2 sets of biceps yesterday. I've never seen a huge change because I checked that once, because I posted a arm size reveal one time, and I think I was even maybe a little heavier when I did that. And it was somewhere around the same. It was 17. Oh no, I did an arm size reveal after doing an arm workout. Obviously not super accurate. What are we doing now? All right, so chest. This should be interesting. Got to get the lats in here. So basically what you want to do is bring the tape measure all the way up to underneath the armpits, and then you're going right across the chest. Oh, what do we got? 48 and a half. I have no idea what it was last time, so I don't know if I've ever measured my chest. Let's see. 48.5. All right. Shoulders. This is going to be another slightly challenging one. This is a good thing to do, though. Like, if you really want the hard facts, you know, shoulders, it looks like right about, trying to keep my elbows in, 56. Again, not 100% sure if that's how you're supposed to measure your shoulders, but what I'll have, say I do this in 6 months, I'll have this on video so I can go back and look and see, okay, how did I measure the neck? Now, I've seen some people measure the neck, they like go back like this. Assuming that would throw the numbers off in my favor. Yeah, it was like, it's actually Bugenhagen that did it. But I was like, yeah, I like Bugenhagen. All right, let's see, what do we get to? Right here.
All right, so let's see. Got to 17 and 3/4, it looks like. 17. 5. All right. I think that's it. Again, take it with a grain of salt. There's a lot of different variables. The important thing is that if you are interested in seeing the change in statistics like physically, you got to track it in some form. And I think having a video documentation of how you do it is probably the best way, because even if it's not up to the great analyzers of YouTube's standards, at least then you'll have a video of it and you can go back and make sure that the next time you measure it, you at least do it the same way. So that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll do this again in like 6 months and just see, has anything changed? Have my arms shrunk down to 15 inches? Has my waist bloated up to 45? Who knows? Time will tell. But hope this answers some of your questions. Body weight today, assuming he's going to be right around 209, 210, but that's with shoes. So could probably take a pound or two off. And then height, still the same, 5'11" and a smidge sometimes. Again, typically you can lose a little bit of height over the course of the day. So sometimes you could end up being even, like I've heard people say, like 3/4 to a full inch. I don't think that happens to me. I think at most maybe I'll lose like 1/4 of an inch. But yeah, those are the full stats. Oh, and I'm 32 years old. I think that's it as far as I can recall that I wanted to say. Yeah. So now on to some farmer carries and some squats. Hope you have a great day. Peace.